Here we are in Ephesus. Just consider a city that had around 250,000 population. Okay.
Wow.
In the ancient time, in the richness of the era, it's first century AD. And as I said, it was the inside and end station of the royal trade routes here in the Silk Road as well.
Wow. It's amazing.
Only 7% has been excavated.
Wow, so there is so much more left.
Yes.
Wow.
7% has been excavated for 120 years.
Wow. Are they working on it or no, not so much?
They're still working on it.
Do they
It's
still?
summertime.
Uh-huh.
And when you're coming in the next 1,000 years, I can show you the complete one.
Okay.
Right?
It's a
Okay.
deal.
So we can get off here. I do have the tickets.
Oh, thank you. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Ready?
So
Okay.
we can go one by one.
Okay. Tell me when. Like now? Okay.
You can go through.
Is that okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The cats are our security. Don't forget to pet them.
Okay.
So here we
Little
can go
kitty
to the right
cats.
side.
Okay.
Right here.
Oh, look. Oh my goodness. Okay.
That city was built in the 286 before Christ
Okay.
by an officer of Alexander the Great called Lysimachus. Or Lysimachus.
Uh-huh.
When you would like to settle a city like that, what are you going to need for your public? Firstly,
Water.
water.
Yeah.
Two,
Power.
food source.
Oh, food source. There you go.
Power, same thing.
Yeah.
Three, security. And four, enable to continue with the business or continue with your wealth in the city, you have to be very close to the trade routes, or you have to have a very good trade directly. So firstly, when you establish this city, they started to settle the city with the water well in every corner for potable water to drink, but they didn't calculate it that Kaister River was silting up.
Oh.
And when you push the seawater away, it comes from beneath.
Okay.
So that water became so brackish.
Uh-huh.
You couldn't drink it. What they did, they built lots of aqueducts to bring in order to bring water here inside, and they collected that water in the water palace there.
Oh.
Under the tree there, with the big rounded on the back side. Which we're going to see that from the original street, and they pump the water with the terracotta pipes, just like these. In all corners of the city. This is the infrastructure.
Oh, wow.
So are those the original ones?
Yes.
You are kidding. Oh my goodness.
These are the original ones.
That's
Even
amazing.
you could analyze actually the mortar that they were sticking together. You can see the white mortar.
Uh-huh.
It was lime with the flaxseed oil mixture.
Oh.
Flaxseed oil is very sticky.
Uh-huh,
Yeah,
uh-huh.
as you can see. So this is
They're
the
very
marketplace. We call it Agora.
Okay.
Governmental, of course. When you're coming directly from the Asian side as a merchant, if you would like to make a business with the Ephesian Senates or with the counselors, you have to go in the middle of it. There should be a temple called Hermes.
Okay.
Hermes was a messenger as well as a trade god at the time. In front of the statue, they made a deal. As you're coming, you are the Ephesian, Gordonius. I am an Asian one, Asian merchant. And when you are calling deal in the United States, what we are going to do first?
Sign a contract.
Sign a contract or handshake. But we don't make a handshake like that. We are handshaking like this, hand to hand, not arm, not hand to hand, arm to arm, front of Hermes, and that's why it's called in the United States hermetically sealed. Comes from Hermes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you for telling us that. I never knew that. Look how
At the
beautiful.
right side, after that tree, you're gonna see a big structure. Not that one. Directly here. It's a Roman bath.
Oh, okay.
When you enter the city, you have to attend to the Roman bath because as an Asian merchant, you're bringing your goods as well as your bacteria with you.
So you hurry in.
You have to go inside and leave your bacteria inside because
So you don't
they
share
don't have
it.
a cure for that. So COVID could come directly in that
There
time.
you go. That's
inside.
true, huh?
This building as front side is very closed, and there's a rooftop directly on it.
Okay.
And it's not for election or not for meetings. These are for special events.
Oh.
Just concerts or special acting or any other show, which is a great and huge complex together with the city hall at the next, with the columns at the back, where the mayor and the governor are making their meetings there, and one at the edge you can see two pillars there, two columns.
Yes.
Which is the temple of Prytaneon, temple of sacred fire.
Sacred fire.
Which was lit by who? Vestia, priestess, or Pritas or Pritos.
Okay.
And it was very worshipped and very respected temple here in Ephesus because even other pagan gods and goddesses statue were found directly inside. And the late Artemis statues were found in the front side, buried under the soil.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's most probably from the Christianity era. They would like to save the statues because it was very respected goddess here in this area.
Oh, so they would bury them to save them?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because in Christianity era came in the 3rd century, all the statues' heads were chopped off. Because they thought that they were the statues of gods and goddesses.
Okay.
And that's why when you go inside an archaeological museum, you wouldn't see the heads.
The heads. Oh, I didn't know they chopped them all off. I just thought they didn't find them.
People that they were coming here and they gamble a lot.
Oh.
And that's a game we call Rota.
Rota.
In Roman Empire. Each one of us would place a bet directly in the pieces, and we choose one dealer among us, and give directly shaped stones in the head. These are not dices. With a specific height, you would drop one by one, and when one piece gets two or three or more stones, that piece wins all the bets. And that's the first form of
gambling.
Roulette.
Oh, roulette. That makes sense. It just doesn't go around.
Even in Christianity, they use this as a symbol of Jesus Christ. As you probably heard about ictus. Ictus is the I, X, T, Y, as U, and S. Or this S.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know that. Was in that. That's very interesting.
And that's the pink one.
Oh,
It's not marble, it's a conglomerate. These are squeezed stones, and they were sticking together in the salty water, which is probably directly from the sea bottom
From
or
the ocean.
from the shore as well.
Oh wow! I'll take a picture of it with my phone.
Such a pretty stone, though.
It is beautiful.
Copper. Iron.
Yeah. I will show you proper. Yeah.
I'm so glad they discovered this.
Yes, and a lot more, because there are lots of things that still lie on the dirt. You can tell that till the tree line is in the top of the hill. There are some terraces.
Oh
They
yes.
it should be excavated.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 10 feet high of soil or dirt been trying to excavate, and they tried to do something here, I think.
Oh yeah.
It's because this is a fountain normally, and Gordon, when you coming from this side, where you are is right now. There should be a 2-floor high of front facade, a building, and with lots of niches and statues were directly inside. That's the main pool here, which is connecting with the marketplace, because a quarter of the marketplace is full of water for refreshment. The level of the water was till the knees. They could sit directly at the side and take their feet inside.
Oh wow.
And even front side of that pool, there should be one flowing water, fresh water here. It's because that the water storage there was a very huge complex together with all these shops and all the fountains here. And we know that there are four qualifications in Roman Empire, major ones: the patricians, plebs, freemen freed from slavery, and slaves, of course. We know that this spot above the shops, there were plebs were residing, and the level water doesn't allow them to get the fresh water from the water store. We call them newspapers. But they are not daily. These are not only for declaration that, as I said, Ephesus had a lot earthquakes, major earthquakes in the 1st, 2nd, 4th, and the 7th centuries. And all the rich people, rich families were supporting to rebuild some game as backgammon.
I was just gonna guess backgammon. Okay.
As I said, they gambled a lot.
That's something.
You want to go around?
I forgot.
Wow.
Yeah, you can see the pipes from here.
Oh wow, yeah.
And also,
amazing.
this is a apple.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh,
These
wow.
flowers and
It's beautiful.
Oh wow.
that's the line of horse chariot.
Oops.
They possibly came from the marketplace, and they would like to go to the commercial Agora.
Okay.
So they just, wow.
Look at the inscriptions.
To Ephesion, Ephesion.
Oh.
It's most probably one declaration. Left side. Some streets are roofed on the top because we couldn't make one patrician to work directly under the sun. because having a tan color on the skin was a very shameful thing. It showed that you are a slave, or you don't have the money to afford a slave.
So it's not
working
good.
on your own field. So it was shameful in that time. And nowadays we are.
Everybody likes that.
And they draw some plans for temple.
Oh wow.
Just like that. And you see some initials directly on the marble blocks on the street.
Oh.
There is a stonemason.
Good one. I had one.
Yes.
You were saying.
Nothing goes
beautiful.
wrong when you have one.
Nothing goes wrong.
Fingers crossed.
Good luck.
It's just extraordinary.
Sidewalks here, the right side and the left side. Shops as well. Just consider that there was no bricks or stones just like that. It was wide open because inside there are shops. In order to block the erosion, they put the wall just like that.
To keep it.
Yeah. And as I said, these were the newspaper. If they do want to make recycling and renew it or reuse it, they chisel the frame off just like that.
Oh, okay.
They make the new one.
Then they write inside.
And every of them had a statue directly on it.
So do you get excited every time you come?
Yes.
Do you? I was wondering.
As I said, it was in 27 years. And every time when I'm coming here, I can see some other things here. And I
Something
can
new.
connect the story. And I love to connect the ancient stories to the new ones, as hermetically sealed, as we do have other stories that were coming up. Because that was the boring part. Very boring in the upper governmental part. Because the commercial part is very funny and interesting at the same time.
Interesting at the same time.
Look, another backyard.
Okay.
Oh.
It's because that they don't play that at the side. It's because that during the recycling, it's because both parts are collapsed during the earthquake in the 7th century. So Ephesus Senate should have decision to build the commercial part or the governmental part. But they decided to go with the commercial part because
The trade.
should be
Generate the
continued.
revenue.
So they gather every part of the commercial part in order to build the.
To rebuild this. I see.
Ooh, what is this? This is incredible. It's ancient ruin of ancient civilization. We have no idea who they were. I mean, we know so much more about their own history than they do. It's really fun.
Oh, what place is this?
It's another fountain.
Another one?
Yeah, another very fancy one because it's been dedicated to Trajanus or Trajan.
Oh. Is
Again,
that a
true-
foot up there?
Yeah, there's a foot and the globe. Earth,
Oh.
most probably world.
That makes
Because
sense.
after the world war of Dacians or Dacians, he declared that okay, I'm right now the ruler of the world. That's why he had a very big statue here, and there to be 2-floor high of front facade here as well, with some of niches, covered everything with marble. But as you can see, everything was made like with concrete again, rebuilt it with concrete.
Oh,
sorry.
with
So
concrete.
front pool and the water canal, like the flows, the water here. And if you even can see the line that they were collecting water.
Oh.
Sometimes in the summer times, the marble could be very hot, so that they could take the stuff out that they were flushing all the street
To cool it.
to cool it down and to in the same time to cleaning it. So the building was just like that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Trajanus and statues like the inside, lying statues like in upper storages.
But the new thing that round thing is not for Scotland, so that's the wall.
Every time I'm getting the same effect from the people that when I'm showing this.
Uh-huh.
And let me see if you will make the same thing too.
Oh my goodness, look at those mosaics.
The same thing, yeah.
Is that really? That's funny.
That's the same thing.
Isn't that beautiful?
Wow.
Look at those. And
I mentioned that that's the Fifth Avenue here.
uh-huh.
Yeah, luxury
Yes.
shops, but these are the Macy's. This is the Gucci, Prada, and other luxury stuff. This is the first stage of the houses of rich, the terrace houses.
Oh, okay.
And first floors are normally shops, and front side that is always symbolized as which shop they are. What shop they are normally. This could be a hairdresser shop, with a medallion symbol here. A waving shop, the dress or other waving things, and the second one, cosmetic shop, and the third one, and it goes just like that.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
This
extraordinary.
is the Roman era.
That's amazing that it's still here and together.
Yes.
You know?
Sometimes in every 2 years they are renovating it and it's become more colorful.
Uh-huh.
And it's
So beautiful.
I'm connecting it with cultures because this is the Roman citizen do to covering with their floors, but Turkish doing the same thing.
Oh, are they doing the same
Yes,
thing?
but we are coming from a nomadic basis, so we are walk away.
Oh,
so we don't put the mosaics just like that, but the same symbol, same frames, same medallion.
Yeah.
We do carpets.
Oh, carpets.
Hand as the temple of relief.
Oh, so it was just public restrooms.
It's public. It says public, but it's not. Because you're in the city center and a part of richness.
Oh.
So, welcome to the Temple of Relief, yeah.
Isn't that cute?
So the story of the slaves starts from here. That there is one qualified slave would come here to find a spot because they're not doing only their doo-doos. They are talking business here too.
Oh, okay.
So that slave could find a really good spot near a really good businessman and Celsius library here. And the thing is that there is a mausoleum beneath it.
Oh, there is?
Yeah. Built by Aquila, the son of Celsus, to have his father's sarcophagi in it, sarcophagus inside. And even nowadays you can see the sarcophagus from a hole, but they put a mesh because people thought that it's the hole for the garbage.
Oh.
Inside. That's why they mashed it. And it's believed that the script says it was a capacity of 12,000 scrolls.
Really?
Inside. Just one other story connects to the Celsius library that if you do want to make a business in a commercial Agora, it's the next door here. If you're coming with a ship here inside, to get the permit, you have to bring one scroll.
Oh, so that's how they got.
During your business, they will make a copy inside the librarians. And at the end of the business, they give the scroll back.
Oh.
That's why it was very rich with the scrolls inside. And not every scroll is survived, but from Amazon you can buy a book called Ephesus.
Okay.
Ephesian Tale, authored by Xenophon in the 2nd century AD.
Okay.
The story goes with two rival families, one daughter and one boy's impossible love.
Oh, Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Wow. I read 2 books together. Both of them have very good similarities. Even there are 4 or 5 books. They have the same stories.
Oh, really?
Comes from the 1st century AD till the Romeo and Juliet. And we know that Shakespeare, when he authored Romeo and Juliet, he had the Amphitheatre on his desk. And when you go inside,
So
let's go inside.
So he got that idea from somewhere else.
Yeah, you can. Our archaeologist Cengiz, we worked together for many years.
Good morning.
With him, and he's doing special tours for his clients as well.
Okay.
Oh, it's nice to meet you.
You're unlucky.
I can tell we are lucky. I think we got the best today, along with you being the
Yeah,
best.
my best students.
Oh, good.
Thank you. We're glad we got him.
He'll pay you later.
Abi görüşmek üzere. Sağ olasın. Sağ olasın.
Bye.
Because he worked here for about 40 years.
Oh, has he
Wow.
really? So he knows everything about it.
Definitely.
Wow.
Wow.
And he
What a
comes every day
history.
here, even
Does
he's
he really?
retired.
It's because he just loves it, huh?
That's the home.
That's what you do.
This is the Tetragoras Agora. Agora, as a pronunciation, marketplace. One of the biggest on Anatolia.
It's
At the
beautiful.
sides there are lots of shops, and some of the part are roofed here. Even in the middle of it, there was a temple which we don't know, which was dedicated to which gods. And there was a slave market here, one of the biggest slave markets. And even one interesting thing that they built communities here for restaurants, for example. For
Oh.
oil sellers. And we don't know, but it's not certain that that could be one of the marketplace that St. Paul was visited.
Oh, really?
Because in his journeys, we know that he came here twice and lived in the last journey. He lived more than 2 years here.
2 years.
It's because that he was spreading Christianity, and same as he was a merchant as well. He was producing fabric, isolated fabric,
Oh, I
for the
didn't know
Roman
that.
army in order to have isolated tents in the winter times. And,
Oh, I didn't know that.
He preached here directly in Agoras, in this side or in the port side. Most probably this side, because this is the biggest one. And
Wow.
it's because the Jewish community was here. It was really well protected and could spread the Christianity very easy here.
That's good.
And then he was at, I think, the next spot, the Grand Theatre, and that's the one only good theater that's been mentioned in the Bible.
Oh.
Oh.
And he made a very effective speech directly there, because that made the silversmith of the Artemis very angry.
Made them
They pissed off about that speech, because he started with the speech that your goddess is made by human hand, but my God is almighty.
And they didn't like
That
that.
will piss me off too, because my business will
He's trying to sell those, yeah.
So Demetrius, head of Ephesus.
That's really interesting.
That's John and Mary too.
Thank you. With John and Mary too.
Pine trees are beautiful.
They are beautiful. That's really interesting. And I never thought about him like making fabric or doing, but he would have to, because he would need to eat.
Yeah.
İyi günler. Sonra arar mısınız? Turdayım. Teşekkür ederim. Yok, teşekkür ediyorum. Ben turdayım. Turdayım. Teşekkür ediyorum. Sağ olun.
No, that's okay. Everything they find is so beautiful.
It is, and it's still doing excavations. Be careful with the
Oh, thank
here,
you.
because it goes deep.
Did you hear, Lev?
Yeah.
I fell here twice.
Oh, you did?
That's why
I'm
I
sorry.
would like to make a warning. Just imagine, till the tree line there should be full of houses and
Wow. Clear up there.
buildings,
Mm-hmm.
which we don't know yet, but I think they made a satellite radar research about that. There are lots of things to excavate.
Oh, uh-huh. I bet.
Even on the other side of the pine trees, they found a cave, and inside the cave, one big wall of painting of St. Paul.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, my goodness.
that's why we call him the grotto of St. Paul.
Oh, that makes sense. I'm gonna have to read about that.
Yeah.
Didn't know about that.
So don't climb up, not climb down.
Yeah.
It is. Nope. Isn't that so
Yeah.
cool? Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
All coming up. See the view there? So there's two things that makes the same effect. One is that you drink too much and you feel high. The other thing is that you are dancing in the same rhythm for an hour, makes the same thing.
Oh.
Ah.
That's why I mentioned that, for example, you saw in TV shows the radical Islamic people are headbanging.
Oh.
Even Metallica is doing headbanging.
They do. They
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's because that the students, the students in United States they found it, or in England they found it because they were not that rich. They couldn't afford too much drink, and they did.
So they did that. Oh. That seems like a painful way. I don't know. But it works.
It works.
Yeah.
And first you feel the pain, but then you go in a trance mode.
And you don't.
La coule était sur le côté ici.
This is the Harbor Street.
J'étais habillée pareil.
This is the Harbor Street.
The harbor? Oh.
It's really famous with Mark Antony and Cleopatra walking together in here. Hand to hand. That's why they're making the show of that.
Cléopâtre a marché
Oh,
dans
okay.
cette avenue. À l'époque, là, les soldats étaient habillés comme ça.
Queen Cleopatra!
Ça, c'était la reine Cléopâtre. Vous voyez la madame? Vous voyez la madame? Habillée en blanc? C'est la reine Cléopâtre. Non, c'est pas la vraie reine. Mais elle est habillée comme ça. Oui, c'est une dame. C'est comment les soldats étaient, comment les dames étaient habillées, regarde la reine.
Oh, we should go backwards? Oh. Yeah. Bye. Thank you.
Then we are going out from here till the parking lot. There are lots of shops left and right side.
Okay.
Don't mention about them because these are selling much more fake stuff, Chinese stuff.
Oh, okay.
You will see much more Chinese stuff more than China.
Okay. Okay. So you'll just tell us when's a good time to get something. Yeah. Okay.
We will go
Thank you.
from here to the Temple of Artemis.
Oh,
It will take only 15 minutes
Okay.
to visit there. And then after I will meet you with the manufacturer.
Okay, sorry. We're ready here.
Silver standing, silver sultanite Agora. Fresh pomegranate, juice your ice cream. I like the one. Ice cream. You see my one over here?
That's the real stuff.
Wow.
Not staying here up. Let's touch the ground of the sacred temple of Artemis. And it's from the 12th century before Christ.
Oh.
80, sorry.
80.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Sure. And called as Isabe, as a mosque.
Isabe.
That was the one leader in the Selçuklu era.
Oh, okay.
So it keeps the secret to continue.
To keep going.
Material. In every temple we have a water source. We had the water source here too. We come a little bit further here. You can see the lake-ish stuff. It's still
Oh, it still is.
still there. Lots of sacrifice has been made in the name of Artemis in that era. So the water source has been used for some ritual clean and ritual wash and for water source for the temple. So if you could go inside, even if that was before the Hellenistic era, one sacred place should have its own water source because of the ritual wash or because of the sacred water. Yeah, so it's still there.
That's amazing that it's still there. It's amazing it's still there with all the silt that came and just everything that
Even
happened.
the ancient wall here
It's still there.
Renovated, but it's the raw material, so everything should be covered with marble in that era.
Wow.
You can go a little further if you want.
Oh,
This is the altar and water source here together. In order to have still water there. Look.
there is. Look at that. Wow, and there's that column out in the middle there.
Yeah. It's also probably a little roofed fountain. It's flooded already. There's still water here. in it.
That's really something.
Just imagine 127 columns, 18 meters high. Wow. And 25 meters high at the top, which makes 82 feet.
That's really tall.
It's really tall.
It's been quite the place.
It was built by Lydian king. It started with building with the Lydian king Kusadasi in the 5th century before Christ, and tried to burn down in 356 by a guy who wants to make his name back in history books, called Herostratus. Hero comes from that name. But we know that that wasn't the reason, because, as I said, it's been used as a bank, and he would like to get the money back. And then the Ephesian houses that we visited.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. And even that temple, this temple, was inside of the second city establishment,
Okay.
the second city wall. And just consider this. This is the one pillar that it's been remained, which should be 127
really?
and 25 meters high with the rooftop.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And that was so sacred, so respected temple in the era that in that time, all civilization had to respect, and no construction, no building could be higher than this temple.
Wow. That's
It
remarkable.
was too respected, and even the temple, just like that big, is being used as a bank as well, because Artemis was the goddess of hunts and huntress, and you should even pay, if you would like to catch a fish, you have to pay a tax for that to the temple. And even becoming a priest inside, it was very painful, because as a test, they would cut the penis.
Wow.
To survive, you could become a
You survive.
priest
Wow.
inside.
I bet a lot of people died back in that day. Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, definitely. And as I said, it was used as a bank, and these priests are giving credit to the leaders that they could gather their armies together and buy some weapons, for example, in order to have fight against other civilizations, just as the Lydian king Croesus did.
Oh, okay.
Rich as Croesus, as you
Yes,
know.
yes.
That guy, he came here and got the credit from the Artemis temple in order to fight against the Persians, and therefore he got the credit, and in order to win the fight and the half of the treasure he was plundered from the Persians, and he gave it back.
Give it
to
back.
the
Wow.
temple.
That's
And
amazing.
that was so sacred that Artemis was a Hellenistic name. In the Roman era, they called her, till the Christianity, Diana.
Diana. Oh, uh-huh.
But before that, we had always a mother goddess on Anatolia, thousands of years before.